The Talk TV studio in London crackled with the charged atmosphere of a mid-afternoon broadcast on October 7, 2025, at 3:15 p.m. British Summer Time, as Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, made her way onto the set of What Just Happened, her sleek black pantsuit and subtle diamond earrings projecting an air of unassailable poise that momentarily hushed the skeptical audience of British tabloid enthusiasts and curious viewers tuning in from across the pond. There to defend her latest Netflix venture, With Love, Meghan, a lifestyle series blending cooking demos with celebrity chats that had just been renewed for a second season despite middling reviews, Meghan aimed to reclaim the narrative, discussing empowerment through everyday rituals, her Montecito life with Prince Harry and their children Archie and Lilibet, and perhaps a veiled nod to her American Riviera Orchard brand's rosé launch that had sparked whispers of overreach. Kevin O'Sullivan, the acerbic host with a penchant for theatrical monologues and a history of eviscerating the Sussexes on air, rose to greet her with a handshake that lingered a beat too long, his eyes twinkling with the mischief of a fox in the henhouse, while his company panelists, a mix of pundits and guests, exchanged loaded glances, the live feed already humming with the undercurrent of impending fireworks. The segment opened with deceptive civility, Meghan sharing a polished anecdote about whipping up jam with Mindy Kaling for the show, her voice warm and measured as she highlighted themes of vulnerable connection, drawing polite claps from the crowd and a nod from a sympathetic guest who praised her shift from royal rigidity to creative freedom. O'Sullivan, however, wasted no time in unleashing his signature sarcasm, leaning forward with a smirk. Meghan, with love, Meghan, charming title, but let's be frank, it's been called a dreadfully dreary dirge by some, with viewership flatter than a failed soufflé. Is this empowerment, or just another chapter in the Sussex self-help saga? The studio tittered uneasily, the question a barbed hook disguised as banter, Meghan's smile tightening as she parried gracefully, Kevin, viewership isn't the full story, it's about resonating with women who see themselves in the messiness of real life, not polished perfection. Applause flickered from her supporters in the audience, but O'Sullivan pounced again, waving a prop jar of her branded preserves like a prosecutor's exhibit, resonating. Or regurgitating, your rosé sold out. Bravo, but critics say it's Chateau Meg hyperbole, peddling pink dreams while Diana's birthday timing raised eyebrows. Tone deaf, or tactical? Meghan's eyes flashed, her composure a fortress under siege as she countered, tactical. It's celebration, Kevin, honoring joy amid scrutiny you've amplified for years. The panel murmured, a guest attempting to pivot to Netflix's renewal, yet O'Sullivan's retort sliced sharper, joy. Or opportunism, you've monetized every moan since Suits, from Oprah tears to twerking tales. Beloved, or just branded? Gasps rippled through the room, phones subtly raised to capture the escalating exchange, as producers in the control booth monitored the live stream with a mix of alarm and anticipation. The broadcast, meant to be a promotional coup, hurtling toward hostility, Meghan's defiant dignity clashing against O'Sullivan's unrelenting ridicule, the air thick with the acrid scent of a showdown scripted by Schadenfreude. As the show barreled past a frantic ad break at 3:22 p.m., the Talk TV set seethed with barely contained volatility, off-air asides reportedly catching Meghan confiding to a producer about veering into vitriol, while O'Sullivan huddled with his team, his grin unyielding like a barrister scenting blood. Resuming live, the host ramped up the rhetoric, feigning fascination, branded. Fair play, your as ever empire's a masterclass in marketing, Meghan. But that hospital twerk video? Inspired laughs, sure, but whispers of fake bump, conspiracies. Own it, or is it all smoke and mirrors like your Montecito mirage? The audience inhaled sharply, a wave of awkward chuckles masking the sting, Meghan's cheeks flushing as she leaned in, voice steady but laced with steel, smoke. I've endured relentless rumors you relish repeating, Kevin, turning my joys into jokes while ignoring the harassment that drove us out. This isn't owning, it's obsessing. Claps crested from the pro-Sussex pockets, but O'Sullivan volleyed viciously, brandishing a mock-up of her rosé bottle like a gavel, obsessing. I'm observing. The difficult Duchess, dirge drew 526,000 viewers, a flop next to Harry and Meghan's 2.1 million. Harry's the hook, you're the garnish. Gruesome twosome, or golden goose. The brutality broke through, Meghan's eyes narrowing to slits as she fired back, golden. You've branded us villains for vulnerability, your monologues mock my pain while profiting off palace pettiness. Rude, reductive, and remarkably British. The panel erupted in crosstalk, a guest pleading for parity on privacy, yet O'Sullivan surged, his Irish lilt lashing, reductive. It's reality, your rose-colored glasses rosé on Diana's day. William's fuming, and frankly, so am I. Evolve from exile, or stay the spare's shadow. Meghan's damn crack then, standing abruptly at 3:28 p.m., unclipping her microphone with a deliberate click that echoed like a chambered round shadow. This is sabotage, not scrutiny, I won't be your spectacle. The crowd divided in a din of cheers and catcalls, O'Sullivan calling after her with a theatrical flourish, "Meghan, the show's not over, don't Duchess and dash." But she pivoted sharply, striding off set with chin high, security shadowing her exit as producers scrambled to cut to a pre-taped segment amid the melee. Backstage reports swirled of a hasty ushering out to avert anarchy, though Meghan's camp decried it as dignified departure. Within seconds, X detonated at 3:30 p.m. with hashtag Meghan kicked off Talk TV trending, raw clips cascading, she slayed the snake. Versus, O'Sullivan owned the opportunist. The explosive ejection, forged from feigned fellowship to full-throated feud, had commandeered the channel, dispatches dispatching like daggers across the Atlantic divide. The maelstrom from Meghan Markle's mid-broadcast bolt on what just happened engulfed the digital domain by 4 p.m. British Summer Time on October 7, 2025, obliterating the program's periphery in a blitz of blistering backlash and bite-sized breakdowns. X arteries ached with unadulterated uploads, spectators splicing O'Sullivan's garnish, gut punch with Meghan's mic drop march, handles hashtag Meghan explodes and hashtag O'Sullivan takedown thrusting to transatlantic tops, reaping 80 million ripples in the raw quarter hour. Meghan's militants masked, manifesting, a duchess's defiance, O'Sullivan's obsession exposed. Hashtag protect Meg, with parodies of his wig twerk as Kevin's cringe coronation, while O'Sullivan's orcs orated, entitled Exile evaporates, TV truth triumphs. Hashtag Team Kevin, fusing her flight to Fox Hunt fiascos. The sun scorched, Meghan's Markle meltdown, kicked after O'Sullivan's rosé roast, while Variety vivisected it as Talk TV's Tempest, when lifestyle meets low blows, hypothesizing if it heralded a Sussex second season sabotage. Talk TV temporized tactically, tweeting tepidly on tempestuous talks, but O'Sullivan's 4:15 p.m. post, hot air, hotter exits. More monologues Monday, harvested 200k hurrahs honeyed with hate. Immediate metrics mushroomed 65%, slot sentinel sifting if the spontaneous skirmish spawned sponsorships or suits. Disclosures dribbled. Did Meghan's memo mandate no twerk taunts? Was O'Sullivan's arsenal armed by express exclusives? YouTube yahoos yammered on Yanks, Meghan's micro flinch at garnish, O'Sullivan's savage sneer, begetting bedlam from staged sympathy stunt to sincere schism saga. Riviera Reddit rebranded it Rosé Ruin, the O'Sullivan onslaught, equity echoes equating oppression versus opportunism. Scuttlebutt seethed of hairy hot-footing from a polo pitch for solace, Archwell's alarm arrays aflame. By 5 p.m., Corden's couch and Graham Norton's nod-cued nods, O'Sullivan's not what happened, he's what wrecked, sustaining the scorched earth through supper, a searing testament to how one duchess's dignity could dynamite a detractor's domain. By 6 p.m. British Summer Time on October 7, 2025, the Meghan Markle-Kevin O'Sullivan Talk TV tumult had tempered into a tabloid titan, traversing through trash talk transcripts and think piece thickets with tenacious tenacity. What just happened? Re-ran the rump at 7 p.m. with O'Sullivan opening outrageously, last hour, a duchess dashed, guess hyperbole's Her Highness now, reaping a ragged roar, while News UK navigators navigated a 40% streaming spike studded with spite. Meghan, marooned in Montecito's mist, materialized via Instagram at dusk. A vineyard vignette captioned, Roses rise resilient, cheers to the real, which retainers recast as regal riposte, rocketing rosé reservations 30% by nightfall, poetic payback for the Chateau Meg chide. Exegesis exuded. The Guardian gazetted it, Meghan's media melee, when wellness weds warfare, contingents cleaving between canonizing O'Sullivan's caustic clarity, or condemning it as commoner cruelty. Virtual venues vaulted. TikTok timelines tabulated, Meghan's mic manifesto, XX Rays Xing 56% her sway with, who wielded the whip, Reddit resurrecting suit sasses, pre-palace proof. Gossip geysers gurgled, Netflix nixing neutral nods in her next edit, Talk TV's talent tally tiptoeing on transatlantic talents. Snippet streams spurred spectator symphonies, one smash sinking her saunter to California Dreamin', dirge. Expansive eddies eddied. Energized ethos on exile equity, forums forecasting if it fueled fine print feuds. As twilight turned to tenebrae, the tornado tapered to tatters, yet the tattoo tinged, O'Sullivan's unflinching firebrand, fame fanned yet fouled, Meghan's unyielding unicorn, umber undimmed by uproar. Union, a utopian Graham Norton gabfest, or grudge galvanized in gossip. Provisionally, its afternoon airwaves apex affray, where Duchess daring dueled detractors' dart, drafting a durable dictum on Dazzle's deadly dance.